Codling, baby. So this is a shout out to the miserable subscriber. No offence, mate, but I've just been out tuna fishing in Cornwall. Caught a couple of tuna, which isn't done every day. And you said, I'd rather see you catch cod on the beach rather than just whiting. So I went out 3 days later and I caught you a cod on the beach. And you also mentioned tough conditions. Well, it's still technically summer. It was 23 degrees today. The water's clear as a bell. And I still caught a codling. There you go, that one's for you. Welcome back, guys, to another video. Tonight I am fishing Eastbourne. It's not Langley Point, it is Langley Point, but it's not, because I'm not actually on the point. I'm a bit further down the beach. Anyone that's local will know where I am walking across these balls. Hang on, let me just shed a bit more light on the situation with my super duper Phoenix torch, which I love. It's probably my most, out of all the fishing gear I've got, sea, freshwater, beach, boat, everything, it's probably the most fun bit of fishing gear I've got. Definitely my favourite bit. I love it. I've got a couple of score blacks and I'm going to go and fish on the beach. Target tonight is cod and Dover sole. Let me get to the top of these stairs, see how busy the beach is. Oh, hang on, my rods are stuck in a tree. Let me just go backwards a bit, rip them out, lovely. I've got you on the body strap tonight, so hopefully we can get some sort of footage. Right, there's rods there. Let's go up a groin. Let's walk on the beach. Sorry if it's a bit jumpy. Oh. There is a free groin right there. That will do us. Guys, I'll bring this back. Right, guys, set the first one up. Now, I've got a loop rig on this one with black and green beads on it. Now, they are going to make no difference tonight whatsoever, but they're already on the rig and it was the first one I got out, so we're using it. Obviously it's one of Gav's from Gavman Shore Rigs. If you haven't watched my videos you would have seen from before. Well, now guys, if this camera's jumpy tonight, I'm very sorry. Oh, look at these blacks from Medway Tackle Supplies. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I know they're beautiful because, well, I didn't put them there, but Darren did, my bait digger, and possibly with help from Ken, so thanks Ken if you helped. 75 score we delivered yesterday, and when I went in and grabbed these, I went and bought some back off of them, which was annoying, but it is what it is. I don't mind helping my shop out, that's the whole point. I only had about 20 score left, so they do naff go through them. Well, there's a lump in that one. Now, my plan is tonight, fish with a 2-hook rig on one rod. Sorry, you can't see. Fish with a 2-hook rig on one rod, shorter in, hoping for maybe a sole, even a place. Oh, that was harder work than it should have been. I made that look really, really hard work. And then, oh, look at that, look. Good job I don't do the washing. And then, on the other rod, I'm going to carry on with that rig I used last time I was out on the beach, just the 1-hook clip down. And I'm going to just stick a single worm on that, clip it down, and hit it to the moon, which is bright and red tonight. It's lovely. So tonight is probably one of the biggest tides of the year, if not the biggest. I haven't actually checked, but I know it's a monster tide, which is why I've come away from the pipe. Get in that clip. And there we have it. That, guys, is my go-to loop rig. That is the rig I use all the time. Love it. Absolutely love it. 6-ounce lead. The water's miles and miles away, but the way I look at it is, if I give it a little flick from here, I say a little flick, more like give it my all from here, then it should just dunk in the water roughly where I want it. Let's just get me drop right. Lovely jubbly. Now, in the comments section, do you set both rods up and then cast them out, or do you set one rod up, then cast that one, and then set the other one up and then cast that one? It's not a bad one. I just want to get fishing, so I always set up one, bang it out, and then set up the other one. Not only that, in my head, then in 15, 20 minutes, if I haven't had a bite and I come to check the bait on this rod, time I've reeled that one in, changed the bait, stuck it back out, this one will then be ready to come in. If that makes sense. So I'll get this rod set up because I didn't put a reel on it yet. And obviously I'll bring you guys back if there's any fish to be had. No fish yet, but all set up now, both rods are out. I walked down with that one as well and hit it as hard as I could, so it's got quite a lot more distance on the other rod. It's quite a nice picture, that. I think I'll take that. Yeah, I like it. It's not a bad night tonight. Don't really need the beach buddy, but I like it. If you haven't got a beach buddy, I like it because I can put all my stuff in there and keep it. I mean, my buddy's battered. I've got the bar somewhere. Is the bar in my box? Bar is in my box. What else is it attached to? Oh, and it's not attached to everything else. Lovely. I'll put the bar in then. Yeah, if you haven't got one and you always wondered, is it worth getting one? I think so. One, it keeps the wind off you. There's not really any wind tonight. There's a very light breeze, but it's not really worth it. You know what? But you can just have everything in there. I've got bait one side, Diet Coke will go the other side. I haven't opened one yet, that's how busy I've been. Box in the middle, Coke behind you, rod bags to the side. It's just ideal. And then your rod's out there. Normally I like to have my rods a bit closer. I'll probably move my tripod back a bit in a minute. But fingers crossed, I think I got it at the right time. There's loads of anglers turning up. I don't know if you can see the lights down the beach. Yeah, you can see all them lights. And there's more turning up now, so it's only going to get busier. And there's a decent bit of tide run on this beach, if I remember rightly, which is why I've come down from up there. Can you see that moon? Oh, you can't really see it. I'll zoom into it. I don't know where it's going to... I can see it clearly from here. It is bright orange. It's quite savage, really. Yeah, so that's that. There's a bank in that groin. The next groin, I can see a wave out there, and it's crashing over, which would say there's a bank, which is where I would like to be fishing, because on that bank would be where the Dover sole and that's just falling back out, where they're sitting. But I'm right next to it, so you never know. Anyway, this time I will bring you back to a fish. Oh, one more thing. We're at 19,000 subscribers, everyone, so thank you all very, very, very much. Much appreciated. Big push now to 20,000. So if you're watching this, you haven't subscribed, please do. Give me the 20k. That's like a dream. I never believed in a million years when I first started this channel, a few years ago now. I never believed I'd get anywhere near 20,000. I didn't think I'd hit 1,000, to be honest. So yeah, be amazing to hit 20k. And then after that 20k, if we could just hit 100, so I can have one of them play buttons that I keep seeing the kids getting. Like the kids my kids are watching are getting these little silver play buttons, and I want one. They look cool. I've been looking on eBay, but no one wants to sell one. Target species, first fish of the night, first chuck, beautiful. Now all we need is a little codlin, and that'll make it all the better. This fish is probably sizable as well. I'm not going to keep him, as you know I don't really keep any fish, but he's a good, hang on a minute, let's measure it. 1, 2, 3, about 4.5 foot long, so yeah, we're doing alright. Happy days. Well, I've got a long walk down the beach now to go and put this little fella back. But that is what we came for. Well, that's what I came for. It's the first sale of the year, so I'm well happy with that. Hopefully there's a couple more to come. Right guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a bit of a bigger hook, bit of a bigger bait for these codlin. I don't really think I need to. I'm really going to contradict myself here, like massively. But the cod angler in me, I want to. So it's not going to be extra massive. Literally, I'm just going to thread on a lug as you would normally onto a pennel. So this is just a pulley rig. Sorry, I know I keep dropping the camera, but it's wrapped round me. So as you normally would, and I always snip off the tail I get moaned at by my bait digger. Sorry, Darren, but I have to. They're useless. They're not worth having. So that is your one lug on your hook as you would normally do it. And then all I do, this one's already got the tail removed. Literally just nick that in the head. See, a lot of people will put 2 on and then just try and squash them up, but it just don't work. And I still want that nice short bait, but I just want it a little bit fatter. And then all you do, I've got to stop buying new ones of these and just like finish the one I've got. I personally think this is the best bait elastic on the market. Oh, it can stay in the sticker now, don't care. I always go for the heavy. It's not heavy. Like everyone pick. Like I don't really know many other people that use the heavy because they think it's too heavy, but it's really, really not. It's nice and thin. It's perfect for worms. If I'm honest, I don't use this bait elastic if I'm banding on like a whole mackerel or a lump of bluey. I use the cheap and nasty. Well, not nasty, just the cheap, thicker stuff. And then literally, I will run that. A lot of people use bait needles as well. Don't bother with them either. They're just not necessary. Get a bit of slack. And then I'll wind that all the way up both my worms. It hasn't got to be loads. And it really hasn't got to be loads. Wind it all the way up. Wind it all the way back down. So you've got like a bit of a lugworm sausage. Good job it's not battered because I'd eat it. Snap that off. Really, really make sure that hook point is showing. And then just bring your top hook down to it. A few runs round the line. And then stick it in. Don't stick it in between the 2 worms and the bait elastic. Stick it through both worms. It holds it there better. And then that there is my lugworm sausage. Clip it and hit it. If I'm honest, that's so wide earlier. I didn't actually see the bite, but I think it's because there's so much tide run. I'm using a 6-ounce lead on that rod and a 7-ounce on the other one because I'm putting it that little bit further. And well, I don't know if you can see how bent over the rods are. No, you can't. I might be able to stand up. Yeah, you can see that. You can see how well they're bent over in that tide. There seems to be fish coming up all over the beach. I've only actually had that sole. If I'm honest, I'm sitting here chilling out, watching videos on my phone. But I think it'd also help if I was down at the water's edge, but I'm quite comfortable in my bivvy. I'm sure there'll be a few more fish. I'm just about to get up and check my bait anyway and stick that rig on and stick that one out. In hope for a codling. It'll probably catch a dogfish, but you know how it is. If I'm honest, what I should probably be sticking to is just 2 hook loop rigs on both rods and just getting them both out there. But like I said earlier, that sole was on the close in rig because they sit in close to the shore. You don't have to cast a million miles for them. And like I say, I'm casting from up here, so I've got 60 yards before I even hit the water. So you know it's only going probably 30 or 40 yards in the water. If that, to be fair. But anyway, I'm going to bring these rods in. If I get any more fish, I will bring you back. Right then, guys, it's just a very quick one. I've just had a dogfish. I shouldn't really be admitting it on camera, but again, it came to the closer in rod, so the fish are definitely in shorter. So when I bring in that pulley rig next, I'm just going to put two hook loop rigs on both rods and not put them as far and just fish in short. I'm watching the fellas next to me as well, and they're catching fish more. They're catching more fish than me, and it doesn't look like they're casting that far either. To be honest, they're not giving it a lot. So I mean, listen, they might be world champion casters and they're not giving it a lot. Might be going 200 yards, but I don't think it is in the nicest possible way. And that is not me digging them out. It just looks like they're just giving it a gentle flick, if you know what I mean, sort of 40-50 yards max, and that would put what my theory into real life. That doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. So yeah, fingers crossed for some more fish. I'll be going both in short next. Codling, baby. That is what we came for. It's only small, listen, but that right there is a codling. And that has made me one happy chap. There's just something about codling, whatever that makes me happy. And that little fella right there has made my night. And it was in the close, and it was on the close in rod again. What a bite and all! For such a small fish, still give nod slack. Just typical cod bite. Honestly, it makes me happy. I'm gonna go and get this little fella back in the drink in a bit. Right, guys, I'm getting a bite on the left-hand one, the one I just reeled in the cod on. Actually, it's not been out there that long, to be fair. It's not, but it wasn't a bad bite either. So I thought I'd chuck the old phone on and I might reel it in with you guys. The only thing is it's going to get bloody wobbly. But of course, now I've started recording, it's bloody stopped, hasn't it? Yeah, no, rather than you get bored, I'll bring this back. And another lovely Dover sole. I've got some I've got some girth on them. That's what she said. Yes, I know. But that's the only way to say it, really. I've got some really got some nice meat in them. It's a shame I don't like fish, because I would have taken a couple home, but I'm happy to see them go back, you know. And again, if I had a mate with me and he wanted to take it home, more than welcome, take it home. It's one of them. It is what it is. But I like putting my fish back. I'm happy with that. I am seeing some lightning out in the distance, though. A long way off, don't get me wrong, but there's a storm coming. There definitely is. I'm alright here because the stars are out, the moon's out. It's not a cloud in the sky here, but a few mile offshore, there is lightning. I've seen about 3 or 4 now. Right, let's get this fish back in a bit. And another one. That is sole number 3. It's a little bit shorter, but looks a bit wider and a bit fatter. Yes. What a session, eh? Beats whiting and dog. Oh, I've had a dogfish. I've had 2 dogfish, but no whiting. So let's just stick to that. No whiting. We will take that all day long. Beautiful. It's turning out to be a nice little session, and they're not really badly hooked either. The hooks there, I can get it out. It's not too bad. So yeah, buzzing with that. Absolutely buzzing. The thunderstorm's getting a little bit worse. It is slightly moving that way, but there's a few more flashes now. They're getting a bit more frequent. I've not heard no thunder though, so it's a long way out. But it's nice lighting up the sky. It's amazing to watch a thunderstorm out to sea. Right, let's get this fish back in a bit. Well, what an enjoyable session this has turned out to be. I'm going to point you to the water because the old lightning's flat out at the minute. Yeah, I'm quite surprised, to be fair, how well it's turned out. And I feel like I'm actually enjoying myself on the beach tonight for a change. It's just nice to see. Like I say, I've had 3 sole now and a codlin, a couple of dogs, but you know, it is what it is. Tide's making its way. I think it's about midnight now. I thought I was at 1, but it's not. It's at 2. Am I going to stay till 2? I'm not sure. That's a bit of a slack liner there. Look, just pulled back tight on the inside rod. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't even used a score blacks yet. They are bloody good blacks and all, I must say. Big shout out to Medway Tackle Supplies and Darren. Definitely something there. I don't think it's a dog. I'll tell you what, the soles go well as well, to be honest. They, you can feel them nodding. Oh, you didn't see that. That was a big flash. I'll keep my eye on the rods. Give it 20 more seconds, see if we can see a nice big flash of lightning out to sea. It's weird because it looks clear. It does look very clear out there. But it's all that direction. What will top my night off now will be 1 more codlin, and I'll be absolutely buzzing with that. 2 codlin, 3 sole, made up. How many beach sessions are like that anymore? Crazy. Right, I'll bring this back. Right, what's happening, people? That is probably me. It's not. I haven't stayed till it's 1 o'clock, 1 AM. I've just checked the sat nav for home, and it seems like every road back to my house is bloody shut, as per usual. So my quickest option is probably to swim with all my gear on my back, Obviously that's a slight exaggeration, but it might as well be. So it looks like I've got about a 2.5 hour drive home, I reckon, through some dodgy country lanes. But do you know what? I'll take it. It's been a good session. I'm absolutely made up with this for a beach session. All right, it's not tuna, don't get me wrong, and it ain't £10 cod. But as beach sessions go, for the last, I don't know, or there was lightning. I hope you saw that. I do hope you saw that. Yeah, for the last, I don't know, year, I suppose, of beach sessions, I haven't really done many. Let's have it right. But yeah, I've enjoyed this one the most. I've had a nice bit of peace and quiet. All right, none of the lads come with me, so there was no banter, but it was nice to actually catch some fish. So it just goes to show that Simon's cursed, Luke's definitely cursed. Yeah, happy days, guys. Thanks again for watching. Or if you haven't subscribed, please do. It worked me saying it last time on the tuna video. If you haven't seen my tuna video, please go back and watch the one before this, because I got way too excited. I was like a 3-year-old. Again, a massive shout out to Tom on First Priority. He's already had a few of you guys book from after seeing the video, so thanks to whoever they were. If there's anyone else interested, get on Instagram, message me on here, and I will get you in touch with Tom if you're fancying a tuna trip before the season is out. Failing that, Tom has got the boat in Rye as well. Once the tuna season's finished and the boat is back in Rye, we'll be doing trips out of Rye. And if the codling continues, I've heard there's been quite a few at Dungeness as well, so obviously he's right basically at Dungeness, so if the cod continues, you never know, we might even see some nice sized ones out on the boats off of Dungeness this year, so it might be well worth getting out there and giving it a crack. I know I will be. Anyway, thanks again guys, I'll see you on the next one.